Parental alienation, we now enter part 6. I live this phenomenon to some extent. I have 4 children, and we have gone through difficult divorce. I initiated the divorce, and there was no much cooperation from the other side. There were lots of blamings, and the children were dragged into blaming me and pointing the finger on me, and in trying to, attempt to defend their mother. Anyway, the main problem was with my older son, whom I was very close to before the divorce. And once he realized that divorce is coming and all the fault, as he understood, was on me, he got very, very far from me. He stopped talking to me, stopped looking at me. Everything he was fed about me, he took for granted. He didn't agree till this day to come and sleep in my house. And in many occasions he was very hard to handle, and many times we had very stormy fights, and at all times it was as if he no longer recognizes me as his father. And till this day, we're talking about 4 years later, there is no much father-son relationship, and there is no much that I can do about it. I mean, the current relationship is not, there's no hostility anymore. He is kind. He answers my messages, yet I see him only when he comes here for lunch, twice a week, and once every 2 weeks in the weekend, only for dinners, stuff like this. He barely shares his life with me. I barely have opportunities to function as a father with him, despite my ambition, my motivation, my passion, and my love for him. With the other 3 children, things are more or less okay. Currently, we had also problems with the second son, and I managed to do some things that made him get closer to me. I had also problems with the youngest one, same kind of problem, always. Sorts of alienation, sorts of getting distant from me, always from me, regardless of what I did, regardless of what I said. So I am in this issue more or less for 4 years. And I know it's a journey. It's a long journey. It's a long way. And there is no much information. There's no much knowledge about what to do in this situation. And this is the reason why I made this program. So we can work about this. We can work it together. And also to tell you that despite all the problems, I see so many good things that have happened to my children, to me, thanks to the divorce. And there are also problems. So we're here to work on the problems, but not to forget that divorce has many times many advantages. So After saying all this, we enter part 6. Remember, you are your children's leader even when alienated. And it may be hard to see. A parent is a leader. And a leader is not a friend. And a leader is not in the same position as others. And in this particular situation, we can easily forget our role as a leader. And I wanted to remind you this because it may affect the process, it may affect your children's behavior and attitude towards you, it may affect their growth once you keep your position as a leader, despite everything. So here is chapter 16. You may represent what they mostly need to see and absorb. You see, if you are an alienated parent, it means, for example, that you need to be patient, that you must be resilient, that you have to show persistency. You have to show them that you have values, that you don't allow anything to break them. So you have a value of being a loving parent. And even if they are alienating you, and even if bad things are said about you, you keep your position as a loving parent. And they learn from you, They watch you even when you don't notice that they watch you. They watch everything you do. And you are in the, some may say, less fortunate position here. I'm not sure. Maybe in time things will turn, especially if you do it right. Especially if you remember that they watch you, they look at you, they learn from you, they learn what is the right thing to do in this position, where things are being taken from you, yet you still need to stay there and fight, to stay there and not to let the insult control you too much. So remember, you are a parent, you are a leader, and they can see you as a role model that show them what to do in times of stress, in time of bad times, in times of hardship. The more they understand that you are resilient, the more they internalize that resilient is part of life. That hard times are things we can cope with. We can pass through. Things can change. More than this, they value as a strong person. If you stay, if you remain there, if you seize every opportunity to get in touch with them, to have experiences with them, to influence them as far as you can, even if it is like with my son, I can see him only for 1 hour, 2 days a week, something like this, but I do my best. And I believe that in time, when he gets older, and he remembers that I did my best, and I did not abandon him, even if he tried to abandon me, I believe that one day things will get better as far as our relationship is concerned. So remember, you may represent for them what they mostly need to see and absorb. I'm not sure the other parent is able to show this to them. The other parent has other issues. It's not our concern here. They need to see you. Strong, powerful, sensitive, resilient, hopeful, with endless motivation. to be there for them. And they will remember for the rest of their lives that this is what they saw. And they will learn from you. And when they are in any similar situation, they are there not for the first time, because they saw you. And they learn from you what to do when things are taken from you, when you are in the under position, and still not to give up, not to lose hope, not to go away, not to leave, not to abandon, to stay and fight for your rights. So consider yourself someone that is able to give them rare opportunity to learn major lessons for life. This is what you may represent for them, and it's easy to forget this once you're alienated. So I'm here to remind you.